Got this live coming up. We Shout out to everybody that been supporting the page. We're about to get right into it. I'm doing an audio reaction to corporate cartels interview with C-Dai 600. So let's get into it. Shout out to everybody in the stream once again, man.
Shout out to No Limit. You know what I'm saying? 150 Turbo, do Wop and Macy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, bro, them, you know what I'm saying? Gang, you know. Now, how this started was, you know, the ops used to always be getting that squad, always talking about squad. So, you know, we got that gang, you know, on phone of it, that get stuck in. Saying shout out Tato, you know, No Limit, No Limit, Macy, do Wop, G Herbo, you know what I'm saying? Keith Sosa, you know, free No Limit Molly, you know what I'm saying, man?
I'm gonna be chiming in from time to time just to get my input on the on the interview. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing lives every day. So if you have any thoughts, this is an active community. Let your voice be heard. But let's get back into the interview.
Alright, so man, Corporate Cartel Media, man, we got a very, very special guest to bless the platform, man. We got C-Dai 22 shots in the building, man. What's that word, bro?
You know that, man. I appreciate you for having me, you know what I'm saying, on your platform. You know, goddamn it, you know, C-Dai 22 in the building, man.
For sure that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you know, this a big deal for the people that support my channel. They gonna fuck with this, you know?
Yeah, you know that, you know, when you see one of those faces real, you know, they definitely gonna tap in, tune in, you know?
For sure. Man, bro, so, you know, I want to, you know, get a little history on you. You know, we pretty much know your history. You know, like I said, you were a legend in this. But, you know, in terms of your incarceration, like, when was you first incarcerated? What year it was?
2014, March 18th. So I've been currently incarcerated for about going on 12 years. And
12 years, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that 12 years, man, been a lot going on, bro. Let's start at the beginning, with the 600 shit, like, you know, where did the origins of that come from? Because, you know, recently I just interviewed a guy from y'all area. He gave his take, you know, which is his perspective. He gave a take that a lot of people or some people didn't necessarily agree with, you know what I'm saying? So, and then after that, we saw you coming out saying you got a podcast, and in the snippet we hear, I'm the one and only creator of 600. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how you coming? Like, what is the whole background in that from your perspective?
Well, see, when I recorded my podcast, that was recorded way before that interview came out with bro. You know what I'm saying? And I do acknowledge I did leave bro off. You know what I'm saying? I left him and Manny off and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was nothing intentional, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? This my first time. You know what I'm saying? Starting up a podcast and shit. So you know, I just said that on some, you know what I'm saying, to promote the podcast type shit. And, you know, the bloggers got hold to it and just misconstrued it and twisted it and turned it into airway. But, you know, bro, they're definitely a part of the founders and, you know what I'm saying, Manny, big Manny 60 and Inky B, you know, so, you know, shout out bro, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You will have to definitely look at my new podcast too, man. Y'all got to tune in, man. Keeping the 600 podcast, man. I'm gonna talk about more about the origins where it started. So y'all gotta make sure y'all go subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And watch that shit, man.
No, for sure. So, how often is you gonna drop episodes? Do you got that planned out yet? Are you coming with that?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, give them at least two episodes a week. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. So, you know, God damn it, it's gonna be a lot of real I'm gonna be speaking on, you know what I'm saying, politics, sports, you know what I'm saying, it's going on in the streets, you know. It ain't gonna be no propaganda, no food, none of that, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some real shit, man, you know, for the real, you know.
No, for sure. For sure. I get that. I ain't gonna lie. So, you know, what gave you the idea, bro? Like, would you see how what's going on out here? You hear what's going on? Like, what gave you the idea to go that route, you know?
Man, it's just that, you know what I'm saying, I got a platform, and you know what I'm saying, I got a voice and a little audience, you know what I'm saying? Even though I've been gone 12 years and shit, you know, I still got a platform. I still got individuals reaching out to me saying how much influence I had on their life and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm older now. You know, I ain't a teenager no more. So I like, man, I figure I use my voice, my platform, you know what I'm saying, to try to preach good and you know, give good advice to, you know, teenagers growing up, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, make an impact, you feel me? Instead of, you know what I'm saying, just using, you know what I'm saying, just using your voice, just rapping and, you know what I'm saying, talking about violence, you know, you gotta switch it up and go into that positive side too, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's you sound like you real mature, bro. It sound like you matured a lot. You said you've been booked basically 12 years and going on 12 years. And it's like, what's the biggest lesson you feel like you learned since you've been up in the, like, you know, like something that hit you like an epiphany, like, you know, because it seemed like you changed from what, you know, what we seen back in the day when you was a shorty. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, family first, man. Family first, family always. You know what I'm saying? Family.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. Yeah, I wanted to do a visual stream, but I'm locked in with a couple of content creators, but I'll be worried about doing visual streams because dudes be doing that striking shit. So sometimes if I don't know, if it's somebody I know, like 16 Shot 'em or X-Man Rico, I'll do a visual stream. But if I don't know somebody and I don't know how they gonna act, I'm trying to get patched in with corporate cartel media, see what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing visual streams, but right now, we're doing the audio because I don't really know how he coming. But the C-Dai situation, the Rondo situation, man, it's crazy. It's like we all have to learn hard lessons in life, and all of them lessons are different. His happened to be a 40-year jail sentence. You know, it's sad. It's very sad, man. But it's also sad for the guy who lost his life too. And we're gonna probably another episode, or a little later on this episode, we're gonna talk more about the cab driver who's killed, who was allegedly, now we find out to be what, Mimo 600 cousin. But anyway, condolences to his family, man. For real.
Number one lesson I learned: family first. You know, put your family first.
Do you felt like when you was a shorty, you weren't necessarily doing that? Like, well,
yeah. That's, you know what I'm saying, being a hot-head teenager, not listening, not spending time with family as much. You know what I'm saying? Time is important. How you spend it, who you spend it with. You know what I'm saying? How you spend it. You know what I'm saying? Time is important. That's one thing you can't get back. So, you know, definitely family.
Nah, for sure. Man, I ain't gonna lie. You know, from your era, you know, a lot of people being involved in a lot of people lost their life, a lot of people got incarcerated. People will look at the ones that got incarcerated like yourself as the lucky ones, some of the lucky ones, because y'all still here. You get what I'm saying? Do you feel like jail probably, like, cause you was a hothead, we seen like how you was coming when you was a shorty, it seemed like, you know, just on the outside looking in. But it's like, do you feel like jail saved your life? You know what I'm saying? Like, where, you know, got to sit you down for a minute and, you know, get you a time to self-reflect and, you know what I mean? Do you feel like that?
I won't necessarily say like jail saved my life, but it definitely attributed to me learning my lesson. You know what I'm saying? Learning lessons in life. You know what I'm saying? Because if I would have never got in jail, you know, certain I would have never saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like relationships with friends, who was there, who will be there. You know what I'm saying? And like that. But you know, jail will really save anybody's life. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're from Chicago and you get taken off the streets of Chicago, because you know it's a high chance you're gonna get killed in Chicago. You know, so you know, Jeff, yeah, I could say it's attributed to, you know what I'm saying, preserving my life and saving my life. Yeah, hell yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So I see you originated. You said you was born on O Block, but you grew up kind of over there in the building on the Calumet building. So talk about that building, man. I had interviewed Trigger one time and Tay together on Camp Capone, and basically they was Trigger was talking about growing up over there in that building and the different flows. It was D Block and another flow, and y'all used to bump heads and some shit. Like, you remember that era?
Yeah. I remember that era. I was about 11 years old, 12 years old. You know, I wasn't really off the porch yet, you know, and, you know, just growing up in the building, you become a product of your environment. So, you know, I grew up seeing, you know what I'm saying, with flashy cars, you know what I'm saying, drug dealing, guns, and so, you know, goddamn it, you know, it's a high ratio that, you know what I'm saying, you become a product of your environment. So, you know, and that's another reason why I decided to, you know what I'm saying, make this podcast. I can use my life story and, you know what I'm saying, the lessons I learned and cast that on young teenagers growing up, you know what I'm saying, who thinking about, you know what I'm saying, who be persuaded by these rappers, because you know all these rappers, they really be pushing the wrong catching hats, sliding, and
and just to stop this for a minute. When I listen to a lot of when I read the reports on a lot of the hits that was made by a lot of the BDs, not saying that C-Dai had anything to do with anything, but I noticed they would go back to the crime scene a lot, and so many mistakes was made on that hit, man. I just always wonder. I mean, with him doing with C-Dai and Rondo number 9 doing all the jail time they're doing, and them seeing how things turned out for the rest of their peers, you know, such as Chief Keef and everybody, and just how they living, it has to hurt them to be in a jail cell where everybody just lived a great life. But you get, basically what I was basically trying to articulate is the death of LA really hurt them real bad, because I feel like they was just trying to lash out at anyone. But damn, like a cab driver, and I understand lashing out, but damn, like they really wanted anybody, because that, I don't know. It's crazy.
Saying money on head, all of that, you know, that it really don't be about shit. You know, that's really rap cap. You know, don't believe these rappers, man. It ain't cool to catch nobody, man. I'm trying to tell you. Take it from me.
And you say you got booked when you was what, 17, 18?
19.
19. Okay, so still very, very young. So what was like the culture shock? What hit you when you got to prison where it was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was going on? Like,
when I was in Menard, this when I first got my sentence around May 2016. I get to Menard. Now, I'm on intake. This intake receiving, that's what you get when you first, you know what I'm saying, come to prison. You ain't assigned to a cell yet. Now, I'm chilling. I'm eating my trays. The lunch come through and they call a code 3 on the walkie-talkie. What that is, that's for medical attention. So they call a code 3 on my mama, the COs. They get to running in that bitch. Now, they ran in, they get to walking back out. They walking slow, so I'm like, damn, why they ain't gonna get the nigga medical attention? They walking slow. Old time and dead, man, and he hung himself. Yeah, just got his time, he hung himself. They bring him out in the white body bag, man. That's when I knew it was real. I'm like, yeah, man, they real. I was 19 years old, fresh into prison. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that shit opened, that shit my head up. I'm like, damn. And then he left a note. The reason why he said he killed himself, his girl left to Mexico with the kids. He took himself about this.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, that is, you 19, you seeing that. But nah, I ain't gonna lie, like, why would that be so scary? Like, cause streets of Chicago seem like it's way more treacherous than that. Like, why was that so scary? Was it just what was it about that made that so, you know what I mean, that stick out? Was it?
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place. Or your breakfast faves like pancakes, eggs and bacon, or French toast with sausage and eggs are all just $6. The new value menu, every day at IHOP.
Al fin encontré el amor, o eso pensé.
Esa traición rompió toda la bondad que había en su alma y Wait, if you or someone you know experienced unwanted touching, threats, or assault during...
No.
Because first of all, I got my time. You know what I'm saying? I got a boatload of time. But I was up already from that. You know what I'm saying? Got the boatload of time. You know what I'm saying? All right, wow. Now I'm getting shit down the road on the Bluebird. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting shit down the road, 5.5 hour drive. You know what I'm saying? I'm frustrating New Manad. This look like mountains now. You probably gonna have to Google Manad, man, so you can show the screen to the audiences. You know what I'm saying? They got them what it looked like, man. That looked like here, man. Looked like you got them in, man, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You hit that bitch. He's treacherous in that, you know, on bro. But yeah, that shit, yeah, fucked the nigga up, man. That nigga took himself up out this girl and left him, man.
And you see a lot of that down there though, or that was just like a one-off?
Nah, man, I be seeing, man, it be people down in here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Illinois, they have like a little problem with this with the synthetic, you know what I'm saying, synthetic cannabinoids, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of people be, you know, overdosing and dying off that. So you know, I be seeing all types of shit, man. You hear me? I see all kinds of shit. This month.
Yeah, damn, bro. And you got you in, okay, they had you in Menard. So how long you was down there though? They had you down there for a little minute?
Nah, like 3 years. I was down there for 3 years. Then I got shipped to Mount Sterling. They ended up kicking me out from down there and sent me to down here in Lawrence where I'm at right now.
So with the movement, it's like down there right now.
And during the time, a lot of people don't know, during the time of C-Dai arrest, he was he was hanging out with Chief Keef Hardbody. And I believe if he wouldn't have got arrested, Chief Keef would have definitely signed him. He was coming out with a couple tracks, and I think C-Dai would have been C-Dai, if he would have dropped tracks and he would have survived if he would have survived all of the wars and everything and lasted like a K600, then he would be probably big in this really big in the podcast game right now.
They got y'all locked down a lot. Y'all getting like how that is.
It'd be decent. You know, one man sales. I ain't got no celly, so it's one man sales, and it's goddamn it, it's alright. You know what I'm saying? Can't too much complain. You know, it's better than Minaj.
Yeah, damn anything better than Banana, huh?
Yeah, that's the Supermax.
I heard about them, but man, so
yeah, Rose down there right now, man. Freaky Rose, man.
Damn. What he like? What he got like behavior or something? Why he still down there?
He just got shipped down there to see it. I think he had went to the hole or something. But yeah, they just shipped Bo down there.
Free D Rose, man. So let me ask you this, man. Since like over the last month or so, man, like a real prominent guy, like from OTF Beizou, he lost his life tragically in Chicago. Did you have a relationship with that brother?
Who?
THF Beizou.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah, bro. Yeah, that was my brother. You know, grew up around the same neighborhood. You know, being in the trenches together. We was in the county together when he was fighting this murder that he beat. I was in the county fighting mine, you know. We both go way back.
Yeah. So what was that like hearing that news, bro, that, you know, you tragically, you know, lost his life, you know, recently? That fucked you up, I imagine, if that's your brother like that, you know, but it was like, how did you hear that news? Would a family member tell you that? Like, how did it, you know, in the jail, to be circulating, did that just come across your desk? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it came from, you know what I'm saying, inmate Twitter, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, running their mouth in the jails, you know. Of course, you'd be having to, you know what I'm saying, get on the phone to confirm it, because, you know, you don't be believing shit. But when I first heard it, man, that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit hit me high, you know, goddamn it, man. Since I've been in this 12 years, I'm so used to, you know what I'm saying, getting bad news, dropping them up. It's just like, man, like I'm kind of numb to it now, but that's definitely yeah, man.
Yeah, that is rough, bro. Have you been hearing about the Push of Peace movement and shit while you in there, like that circulate?
Now, one thing I'm gonna say, right? Shout out to Corporate Cartel Media. Go check out the interview. If you want to see the live interview, go to Corporate Cartel Media. This is all I do is on this channel for the most part. I give my opinion and break down everything that has to do with everything and anything to do with the drill culture. So if you want to see the live, interview, go to Corporate Cartel Media on YouTube, and you don't have to hear the pauses and everything. Yeah, man. I'm wasted, bro. So, yeah, man. I know it must be hard hearing, you locked up. You keep hearing that people dying that you're close with. And I stopped the video only to point out that that Basil death is gonna spark up it's gonna kick up a lot of dirt, man. It is.
In the prison walls, like what's going on in the city like that.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. So, I ain't gonna lie, like this year so far, I seen a report where the murder rate in Chicago down like under 400 murders. It's like almost the end of the year. That's like a good thing, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at the reputation. But so I was wondering, do you feel like is the Pusha P's working, or what do you feel like contribute to that? Just if from your point of view.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know because I'm on the outside, I'm on the inside, you know what I'm saying? And I really don't, you feel I can't really see what's going on with my eyes, but shit, goddamn, I ain't know about those statistics. So that's what's up, It could be, yes.
So
I guess it is what.
So from your perspective,
I've been seeing like they've been talking about something about bringing the troops or something to Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Like that on the news and shit.
Yeah, they been sent them, but I don't see them patrolling in the city or none that I seen. But they been sent the troops though. But I get what you're saying though. As far as your eyes ain't there, but your ear to the street though. You from what you hearing, it sound like it's fucked up because a lot of faces are losing their life in the midst of this too, while the murder rate supposedly low. So it give like a illusion or whatever.
Right. Yeah, man. Goddamn it. Unfortunately, you goddamn it. It's gonna troll. It's gonna die because it's ain't trolling it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna die. That's why I come up with the podcast to try to, to direct teenagers and shit away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like do something else. Go D1 or be a doctor or something. You know what I'm saying? Because that street ain't what's up. For real.
No, it definitely ain't. I ain't gonna lie, coming from you, I know you're gonna be able to get some people. You're gonna be able to get some people to see what's what though. So with Mimo 600 and Ruger, they just linked recently. Mimo from your hood. It's like a historical thing with their brothers. That was a big thing. Some people looked at it negative. Like we speaking about Pusha P. How you feel about that? Like, do you feel like that you salute that, or you ain't really feel with that? Like, what's your look on that?
I mean, Mimo grown. He could do whatever he want to do. If he felt like, that was the right thing to do on behalf of his brother, then, I salute it to my head, But, goddamn it, any person who looking to push peace or, put our differences to the side, I respect him, so shit, Who really gives a what, other people, how people feel about it, it's his brother, and,
I feel like a lot of people that feel different, they like want to egg on bullshit, because who wouldn't want to see, even if it's, I feel like that's big, but it's like, it's an example, you know what I'm saying? Like, who wouldn't want to see bullshit to the side, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's big in them, I feel like, too, I just want to get your take on that as something big on the internet. You finna do a podcast, you're gonna have to get your opinion on now, you feel me? You're gonna have to be out here being opinionated, bro.
Yeah, certain, not everything.
I feel you. Now I wasn't trying to bait you right there. I wasn't trying to bait you, my guy. Okay, so let me ask you this. So it was when I first started my channel, I was interviewing, I interviewed Dutchy, Young, some of the guys from FDG. I interviewed some of the guys from 600, and it was a discrepancy with who started the numbers. Because, you know, they 1, 2, 3, number 30, number 26, y'all number 22, number 9. Who started the numbers from your memory, your recollection?
You said who started the numbers for my who?
Your memory, your recollection, like who? Because they said they started the numbers. Your side said they started the numbers. Who started the numbers in their name first? You remember?
Really.
Yeah, that was a question that was a good question. That was like getting numbers on my channel when I first started. So I'm like, damn, I can get his perspective. Like his name 22, you feel me? It's number 9. They got number 3, number 26, number 30. It was a number 2, number 1. So like, who started the numbers?
As you gonna see, man, you're gonna see on my podcast, man, you're gonna see all the trends that we set. You know what I'm saying? I'm laying that out in my podcast, like all the who started what and all of this and all of that. So you just tune into that, man, and tune into that, and you're gonna see.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, not 100.
So,
I'll put that.
You know that.
All right, so let me ask you this there real quick. So, like I said, everybody was young, going through, you know, getting wrapped up sometimes when they not knowing no better. But recently we saw Free Smirk, you know, over the last year or so, Smirk wrapped up in this, you know. What was that news like hearing you, bro? Because I seen that you still, like, he retched for you and he f***ed with you when you was first got booked and all that.
Shout out to everybody once again. This is C-Dai talking to Corporate Cartel Media. He about to start a podcast in jail or whatever. So shout out to him. Yeah, man. But it was surprising. It was surprising to hear what he just said as far as Dirk giving him any support, because I wasn't aware of. I mean, as far as my knowledge, C-Dai, C-Dai and Dirk had a bad relationship, but you know, Dirk always seemed big-hearted, and I guess when you live in a life and somebody you know, especially from your side, is just doing time like that much time, you have to, sometimes you will get a change of heart, especially when like somebody doing 40 years. How you feel in 2001, I don't think you're gonna feel the same way in 2014 unless it's really serious between y'all. So
I read like the case and his bond hearing. I read what was the alleged facts and you know what I'm saying. I'm just like, damn, man, that's crazy, you know. But you know, Free Smirk.
For sure. Like how that was your real homie though. Y'all was real like how far y'all go back?
Me and Smirk, we go back since 2009 when E-Day had first bought him towards the block. This one it was Brick City, and E-Day bought him a D-Thing, rest in peace D-Thing. His brother D-Thing, he brought him over to the block, started bringing him over and shit. So, and since then, you know, I knew bro since 09.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So 09, okay, this might be before 09. I'm gonna take it back a little bit. Take it back. So we gonna go back to the building. So, you know, like I said, when I was coming up my way, we hear about that building. We hear about like throwing money off the roof, like, you know what I'm saying, like giving the community money and shit like that. Like, what was them days like? You remember that type of them days when you was a shorty? Like, give us some of them days. You know what I'm saying? How was that coming outside, throwing money off the roof?
Yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying? Around 2003, 2004, you know what I'm saying? That's when they hit the spinners out, you know what I'm saying? The spree wheels, the spinner reels. You know what I'm saying? That's when that shit was hot, you feel me? So for, you know what I'm saying, the around the around who was in the building for them to have that, you know what I'm saying? You in the hood, you know what I'm saying? You got spree wheels and you got, you know what I'm saying? You got these Bentleys and Benzes and shit in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit, like the neighborhood heroes, you feel me? So they throwing up money. It was like, damn, I want to be like that. You feel me? I want to be like that when I grow up. You feel me? So, you know, that shit definitely had a lot of influence on them up, you know?
You know, for sure. But it's like how much money you leave on a day like that? Like you leave with a bankroll or just like a couple dollars? Like
It's just since I was 11. I was 11 around the time, and 12, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then back then in 03, that, you know, that was a lot of money. The economy was kind of a little bit better back then, so, you know what I'm saying? That was a lot of money at that age.
Yeah, no.
And, you know, they used to be giving out gifts and shit for Christmas and shit, so, you know.
Yeah. So when did they knock that building down? You remember what year it was?
I think it was in 2005 or 6, I believe.
Oh yeah. And then went from that, you moved straight over there to 600 area, or you stayed in the O before that? Like what happened with your migration pattern after that?
Yeah, hell yeah, I got that at 60th and King Drive. I stayed on 60th and King Drive for like 2004 to 2012. You feel me? Right there on the block. 370 East 60th Street. If you Google that on Google Maps, 370 East 60th Street, you will see 60. That's the block right there. You know?
For sure. For sure. What was it like back in the day when Gyro City and 600 used to be kicking and going to the center and shit like that? Was you participating in those? You know, you remember those days?
Yeah. FB Duck now, and Scrap. They used to be coming up to the center. And it used to be hooping against them and break now. We used to be playing ball against them.
So that was the extent of y'all like relationship, or just all y'all hooping, but then it was it. Y'all not used to kicking it. And, you know what I mean? Y'all weren't real homies. That's what I'm asking.
Nah, motherfuckers ain't kicking. Motherfuckers just be in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Coming up over there though, bro. Hey, come up over there. You see?
So it's crazy how the hood dynamic is like. At least we know this. At least we know this now. To a certain when we hear the stories how everything first started, and this is just how the world is. You know, I feel like, you know, for all the good in the world, it's gonna have a little bit of evil too. And I say that to say 63rd and O Block or both sides, it was to a certain degree. It never was cool because you heard what he said. We played ball together, but we never kicked it. So it was a select few, you know, some connected by family, but you could see it was always bad blood between them to a certain extent, you know.
Influenced by the guys in the building, you know, you was influenced by the older guys. Was it any positive influences in the community at all? Like, you just look to anybody and see like, oh, okay, or was it just all kind of chaos?
Man, the only positive influence that it was coming around as a young black man is the closest thing I can say is Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade. You feel me? Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't too many people from the south side of Chicago, you know what I'm saying, make it out. You feel me? Like a black, like, who can you think of? You feel me? Besides, you know what I'm saying, on the positive side of them, you know what I'm saying, athletes and so, you know. And then there wasn't really too much positive success around, you know what I'm saying, going in the poverty community in Chicago.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, so I had saw that too, that you was a hooper at a point. You just spoke on hooping at the center and shit, so that was your inspiration, them making it out. Like, what deterred you from that path, bro, if you don't mind me asking? Because, you know, it seemed like you got a lot of height on you. Was you decent?
Yeah. You know that. Yeah. I used to play high school ball. You know what I'm saying? Start far off and varsity. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the streets kind of, you know what I'm saying, got me off traction towards, you know, going to college and shit. So my best friend D-Thing got killed. And then once he got killed, you know what I'm saying, I just, that kind of draw me away from school, which led to me to drop out, you know?
Now, it's always on this channel, I want to be transparent, and we wanna how can I say, because my phone is messed up. I couldn't record I couldn't record no shit like this. I had to live stream it. So but basically what I was trying to articulate is, it's crazy how life worked. Like, TB was a good boxer. Never know what he could have been if it was no drill, or if it was no drill going on. Vaughn was an excellent baseball player, good artist. Never know what he could have been. C-Dai, 051 Melly, what's dude's name? I forgot the other one. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Like, you just never know where a lot of these guys would end up at if drill culture would have never turned into what it became eventually, you know?
Sure. So Trigger was saying that D-Thing got backdoored, you know what I'm saying? But he also said that D-Thing was aggressive, and he was like, you know, going over to other areas, tweaking with people and shit like that. He said that all in the same interview. So the fans who was watching it, they was in the comment section having a debate like, well, how could he be backdoored if he was being aggressive to people? You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get your take. Do you feel like it was a backdoor, or do you feel like, what is your take? That's what I was getting. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna speculate on what happened or what, you know what I'm saying, what could have happened, should have happened, you know what I'm saying? Because I was actually at school around that time, so I ain't gonna speculate on that.
Yeah, I feel you. So what you was at school, like in high school, like, or you ain't get to go to college?
Yeah. High school.
Yeah, so you got the news you in school, huh?
When I getting out of school, the bus, you know, I was on the King Drive bus, and they just had the whole King Drive taped off with tape. As I walked up, I see everybody out there. What happened? Hey, D-Thing just got shot.
Yeah. How old was you, bro?
I was like 17.
Yeah,
I was like 17 around that time. That was like the 2011.
That was your first time seeing something like that, though?
No, that wasn't my first time. No, hell no.
But it was like being so close, though.
Yeah, you know, shit like that, man. Shit like that, you know, I'm prone to. You know, I've been around, like I've been around a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of my friends got killed. Steve got killed on 60th. D-Thing got killed on 61st. You know, and the other Steve got killed on 60th and Prairie, and, you know, I just, my homie Baldy, like, I've been around with a lot of my homies when they got killed, you know, and, you know, that to be traumatized.
Yeah, that man, do you get to, like, talk to somebody in there, or how do you cope with that?
And that's what we're gonna break down on the next episode, because I do gotta get to bed soon. But that's what we're gonna break down in the next episode. I was talking to somebody in the comments. I'm gonna try to find him, because the traumatization of things we go through, I don't think we understand how that really affects us. Like, we'll go through something and then we'll say, okay, that's over, but we don't know that whatever certain things you go through is affecting various things that you do, or you're about to do, or you're trying to do in your life. So yeah, man, shout out to everybody that joined this live. Hopefully this is something that you could play when you're on your way to work, or you're about to go to bed. And shout out to y'all.
Being in there, having to deal with that reality, you know what I'm saying? Seeing that type of, you know, your close people, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you know, you definitely gotta make sure you keep your mental sane, you know what I'm saying? So I to do ordinary shit that, you know, people do, you know, meditation, eating healthy, you know what I'm saying, exercise and music, you know, so you feel me? Making sure you just, you know, take things one day at a time, you know?
For sure, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. With that, man, that's a wrap, bro.
Yo, man, if y'all want to see the interview, go to Corporate Cartel Media. This was the MDO podcast episode 1, and yeah, man, I'm gonna be coming at y'all tomorrow, and we're gonna be getting into I will be having visual streams too. We're gonna probably do X-Men Rico's interview with Kill Bill. So this is my drill opinion, and we out of here, man.